Time to take a look at the next Lost Caverns of Ixalan Commander boxed product. This is Ahoy Mateys. Put pirates in the graveyard and bring them back bigger. Will it be as good as Blood Rights? I think this is still the one to beat. Let's open it up and find out. Lost sailors aren't failures. Interesting. And here we have that really cool looking magic symbol again. And on the back, oh, these are some different tokens this time. So out of the Explorers of the Deep, we had these magic symbols on the back. This one's different. I think these are supposed to be the, what are they called, the finality counters. So that is something that is different than the other two. And the same with Blood Rights. That one also had the magic symbol. So this is different. Taking a look at the envelope here. First we have the box. Has the spin down counter in there for your life. And that will hold our cards after we're done opening them. And as with all of these Commander products, they have a collector booster sample pack. Which, you know, you can get some really good stuff in here. Like I've pulled some pretty excellent stuff from just these little 2-card sample packs in the past. All right, let's take a look. This is just a advertisement. All right, ooh, Resplendent Angel. 1 white, 3/3 flying at the beginning of each end step. If you gain 5 or more life this turn, create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying and vigilance. Nice. And 3 white. Until end of turn, Resplendent Angel gets +2/+2 and gains lifelink. Wow, that's cool. Look at that art. That's cool. This is full art, that we would call it. Or borderless. I don't know. What do you like to call these at this point? Do you like to call them borderless, or do you like to call them full art? I guess a lot of times I just call them full art lands, but whatever. Okay, and ooh, Thrashing Brontodon. The foiling on these looks really cool. On these borderless, sorry, these borderless foils in this set, really nice. All right, time to take the deck out here, and we'll take a quick look at the little insert that gives us a bit of story and some suggestions on how to play the deck. Tells you the Commander rules, so they're really trying to design these for new players, which I think they're, from what I've seen so far, they've done an excellent job with. Admiral Brass, Unsinkable. And once again, we're going to haul out this little board here. We're going to take a look at the cards on here. That way we can get a close look at them, really up close and personal. So as I mentioned with the other decks that I opened, I am looking at these before the decks have been announced. Thank you to Wizards of the Coast for sending these to me early. That way I can open these and show them off to the community, and you can see not just the deck lists, but how good the cards themselves actually look, and decide if this is something you want to get. All right, so we're starting off with Admiral Brass, Unsinkable. 2 blue, black, red, 3/3 human pirate. When Admiral Brass Unsinkable enters the battlefield, mill 4 cards. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may return target pirate creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. So that's what those little counters were we saw before. It has base power and toughness 4/4. It gains haste until end of turn. Okay. And we have Don Andres, the Renegade, for 1 blue, black, red. It's a 4/3 vampire pirate. Each creature you control but don't own gets +2/+2 and has menace and death touch. It is a pirate in addition to its other types. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell you don't own, create 2 tapped treasure tokens. Interesting. Okay, now this is some interesting design space here. So the first thing that we're doing, the first thing that this card is doing, is it's rewarding you for stealing your opponent's creatures. Like control magic, active treason, those kind of things. The second thing it's doing, if you cast a non-creature spell you don't own, create 2 tapped creature tokens. So this is really going to reward us for playing spells, either like out of our opponent's graveyards. That's probably like, the easiest way to do it. There are other ways you can cast your opponent's spells, like, off the top of their library with stuff like a Tali, or sometimes you can cast spells from opponent's hands. But the way you can do it probably most reliably is from out of the graveyard. This is really interesting because quite often a lot of those cards, like you're not really incentivized to try and steal your opponent's stuff anymore. Or at least there's not enough benefit to doing it because you want your own stuff. This is going to give us benefits for doing that. I like this design space a lot. That really cool card. Like, it gets an A from me as a commander. All right, Azure Fleet Admiral. As the battlefield, you become the Monarch, and it can't be blocked by creatures the Monarch controls. Interesting. Enterprising Scallywag. Daring Saboteur. Departed Deckhand. When it becomes the target of a spell, sacrifice it. It can't be blocked except by spirits. Another target creature you control can't be blocked this turn except by spirits. Okay. All right. Some nice evasion there. Distant Melody. Nice. This is going to draw you a bunch of cards. As long as, with a card like this, you at least want to draw 1 fewer cards in the casting cost. So if it's 3 in blue, you want to draw 3 cards off of this, right? If it costs, 4 in blue, you want to draw 4 cards. That's the floor. I wouldn't cast it unless I was desperate for anything less than that. I wouldn't cast that for just like 1 or 2 cards. Ghost of Ramirez de Pietro. Okay, reprint. Malcolm, Keen-Eyed Navigator. Okay, so we're getting a partners. We're getting partners back. Or reprints, excuse me, I should say, by getting back. Merchant Raiders. Siren Storm Tamer. I like this card. I think it should see more play. I play it in a couple decks. Spectral Sailor. Windfall. Nice. Always love a good Windfall. Feed the Swarm. Useful. Pitiless Plunderer. Nice. Despite this being an uncommon, this wasn't the easiest card to get. So this is a great reprint. I'm excited about this one. Breaches. Brazen Plunderer. Has partner. Faithless Looting. Okay, if you don't have a Faithless Looting, that'll get you started. Rakdos Charm. All right. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine for a precon. Ramirez de Pietro Pillager. Arcane Signet. Commander Sphere. Demir Signet. Herald's Horn. Nice. We've seen a couple reprints of this by now. Really plays off of Typal by choosing a creature type. Obviously here we're probably going to choose Pirates. Is it Signet? Rakdos Signet. Soul Ring. Wayfarer's Bauble. I love the art on this one. I really want to see a foil of this. Hopefully in a collector booster I can get like a foil, because I really want to see what it looks like. Command Tower. Crumbling Necropolis. Evolving Wilds. That's some nice new art too. Wow. I'm loving this new art. The Indomitable. 2 blue 6/6 vehicle with trample. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Nice. Crew 3. You may cast the Indomitable from your graveyard as long as you control 3 or more tapped pirates and or vehicles. Pretty nice. Gotta say, I think I'm liking this. Stormfleet Navigator. Excuse me, Negotiator. 2 in a blue. It's a 2/2 Siren Pirate with flying. It's got Parlay. Whenever Stormfleet Negotiator attacks, each player reveals the top card of their library. For each non-land card revealed this way, you create a map token. Then each player draws a card. Okay. All right. Creating a bunch of map tokens seems pretty good. Francisco Foul Marauder. A 0/1. Okay. For a bird pirate for 1 and a black. Flying. Francisco Foul Marauder can't block. Whenever one or more pirates you control deal damage to a player, Francisco explores. And it's got partner. All right. So you're going to need... You're going to need another pirate, probably, to... Well, or you pump it. Right? If you just got to be able to give at least one power somehow. Whenever one or more pirates you control deal damage to a player, he explores. You do it at least once, then he can keep exploring himself. That's pretty good for just 1 and a black. And for partner, right? The Grim Captain's Locker. 3 and a black for a legendary artifact. Tap to surveil until end of turn. Each tap and each tap until end of turn. Each creature card in your graveyard gains escape for 3 and a black. Exile 4 other cards from your graveyard. Okay, some decent recursion there. Skeleton Crew for 3 and a black. They're taking this literally. 3/3, our Skeleton Pirate. Each other creature you control that's a skeleton or pirate gets +1/+1. Whenever one or more creature cards leave your graveyard, create a 2/2 black skeleton pirate creature token. Oh, and they don't even come in tapped. That seems decent. 5 and a black, return Skeleton Crew from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Okay. Well, recursion's nice. Broadside Bombardiers. 2 and a red. 2/2 Goblin Pirate. Menace Haste with Boast. Sacrifice another creature or artifact. Broadside Bombardiers deals damage equal to 2 plus the sacrificed permanent's mana value to any target. All right. Gem Cutter Buccaneer. 3 and a red. Or 1/3. 3 things. Orc Pirate Artificer. Whenever Gem Cutter Buccaneer or another pirate enters the battlefield under your control, create a tapped treasure token. Okay, I think that's still fair. Treasures you control are equipment in addition to their other types, and have the equipped creature gets +2/+0. Equip Pirate 1 and equip 3. All right, well, turning treasures into equipment. That's interesting. Arm-mounted anchor for 3. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has menace. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard a pirate card. Equip 2. This ability costs 2 less to activate if you have 1 or fewer cards in hand. Okay, so, in theory, the ceiling of this, if you're meeting kind of all this criteria here, paying 3, equips for free. The creature gets +2/+2 and has menace. You draw 2 cards and draw 2 cards. I mean, that's for a pirate deck, that seems amazing. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to a player, draw 2 cards, and then you don't have to discard as long as you discarded I'm sorry. Then you discard 2 cards unless you discard a pirate card. So you're drawing 2, then discarding 1. That still seems solid. I mean, you have to have pirates to make it work, but when you do, wow. Amphin Mutineer. 3 and a blue for 3/3. When Amphin Mutineer enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target non-salamander creature. That creature's controller creates a 4/3 blue salamander warrior creature token. Oh, and it has Encore of 4 blue. Okay. Bident of Thassa. Well, this is a reprint. So what I was thinking of earlier, whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. That's what I was thinking of earlier with Indomitable. Where is that? The Indomitable, excuse me. Let's see. Is this exactly the same? Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So the only difference here is that the Indomitable says draw a card, so it's a must, and Biden of Thassa says you may draw a card. But other than that, that's almost the exact same ability. So yeah, on that one line there. Cool. All right. Next. Corsair Captain. 2 and a blue. When Corsair Captain enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. Other pirates get +1/+1. All right. Solid. Evacuation. Return all creatures to their owner's hands. Do you want to do that in this deck? Do you want to return all the pirates to your hands? I don't know. You guys let me know if you're willing to do that. Time Stream Navigator. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. This was a mythic. Let's see, pay 2 blue, put Time Stream Navigator on the bottom of his owner's library. Take an extra turn after this one. Activate only if you have the city's blessing. Okay. I mean, it's, you're paying 6 to take an extra turn, which in a precon isn't terrible. Yeah. I mean, an extra turn's an extra turn. I don't know about in constructed. Warkite Marauder. Okay. Black Market Connections. All right. We're talking about reprints. That's a pretty decent reprint. Yeah. That card sees play. Blood Money. Destroy all creatures. For each non-token creature destroyed this way, you create a tapped treasure token. Seems good to me. It's expensive, but still seems pretty good at 5 black. Direfleet Ravager. I love this card. I play with it in my party deck because he's a wizard. Fathom Fleet Captain. Okay. Lethal Scheme. And this card was getting pretty popular too. Decent reprint here. Okay, we're getting into some good reprints. Angrath's Marauders. Blasphemous Act. I mean, the card's been printed into the ground at this point, but if you don't have it, it's good to get it in the hands of people who don't have it. Okay, Captain Lannery Storm. This is good. Has haste whenever Captain Lannery Storm attacks. Create a treasure token. I mean, yeah, it's good. Like it. Captivating Crew. Chaos Warp again. For newer players, like this is great, right? Like if this is your first Commander product ever, you're getting some solid reprints. Coercive Recruiter. Whenever Coercive Recruiter or another pirate enters the battlefield under your control, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature until end of turn. It gains haste and becomes a pirate in addition to its other types. Gain control of target creature you control until end of turn. Untap that creature. Okay, so this can work in that combo with this can work with Kiki Jiki, right? Where you make a copy of this, you gain control of you gain control of the original Coercive Recruiter. You untap it. Okay, so this works with that Kiki Jiki combo, right? So, Coercive Recruiter comes into play. Then you have Kiki Jiki make a copy of this. And then you have the copy come into play. It untaps Kiki Jiki. And then you can just make infinite copies of Coercive Recruiter, right? Because you keep targeting Kiki Jiki to untap him, which makes another copy, which makes another copy, which makes another copy. Yeah, you're just making infinite copies of Coercive Recruiter. Nice. All right, Dire Fleet Daredevil. Okay. And here we go with more cards. We've got Kari Zev, Skyship Raider. Hey, Ragavan! Port Razor. I would be very surprised if there's a Ragavan in this deck. Shared Animosity. Admiral Beckett Brass, who I knew was kind of the GOAT. I've seen people play with this as the commander before. But I think the new Brass is probably going to eclipse this one. I don't know. We'll see. Hostage Taker, nice. Hostage Taker, good card. King Narif's Betrayal. Prismari Command, love this card. Zara, Renegade Recruiter. Icon of Ancestry, another great reprint for a Typal deck. Vanquisher Banner, okay. We're hitting on the bangers for Typal. Choked Estuary, okay. Desolate Lighthouse, nice. Exotic Orchard, here's my 1000th copy of this now. Foreboding Ruins, also good. Snarl, okay, here's the thing though, we're in 3 colors. Not a fan of the Snarls for 3 colors, personally. Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Nephalia Drownyard. Target player mills 3 cards. I don't know, do you need that for this deck? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Smoldering Marsh, great. Sulphur Falls. Sunken Hollow. Path of Ancestry, of course. It's going to be in all these. Port of Carfel. Rogue's Passage. Secluded Courtyard. Terramorphic Expanse. Thriving Bluff. Thriving Isle. Thriving Moor. Unclaimed Territory. All right, we're at the basics, so let's get past these. Getting to Admiral Brass. This is the thick version that you can use, you know, like in your, you can still use this on the board. It's just that, you know, it's more for funsies than it is for, you know, like tournament style play, any competitive play, right? Looks pretty good. Ragavan, well, I take it back. There is a Ragavan in here. Let's move these over. Okay. Treasure on the backside. See Salamander Warrior. Another Warrior. Into a Shapeshifter. Into another Shapeshifter. Map Token. Gonna need these. Into a Skeleton Pirate. That's some nice art right there. You got to admit. That you can't say that that is not some amazing token art there. Copy into the Skeleton Pirate. Monarch. Oops. Into a Pirate. City's Blessing. Which goes into a Pirate. And that's it. So, Ahoy Mateys, what do you think of this Commander boxed product? I continue to be impressed by the reprints. Gotta say, like, just right out of the box, I feel like new players can take these to their LGS and, you know, they're not going to be able to compete at, you know, probably power level 8 and above, but I think 7 and below you can at least hang, right? Like, and have fun. Are you going to be picking this up? Let me know in the comments.